Hi, I'm Belle. I'm back with Tim McGibbon from the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales. Now, within a strata scheme, things need to be done, bills need to be paid. Who does it? Well, Tim, hi. Thank you for joining me again.
Pleasure, Belle.
You're going to answer all the questions.
I'm certainly going to try.
So what is a strata manager?
A strata manager is somebody who is employed by the strata scheme, by the owners corporation, to take care of all of the administration, if you will, of the particular strata. So they do things like the maintenance of the property, arranging insurance, putting out the levies, and the general administration. It is quite a complex area.
Okay. So can the owners manage the property themselves?
Short answer is yes,
Right.
and in fact about 40% of stratas in New South Wales are self-managed.
Okay. So if that's the case, why have a strata manager? What would be the benefits?
It's a really good question, and I think the answer to that is because of the complexities involved in strata and just the sheer raft of legislation that people need to be compliant with requires an expert to take control of the strata, and that's my strongest advice.
Okay,
really.
so that's why you would have a strata manager.
Yeah, exactly right.
Great.
But also I think at guiding people through what can sometimes be quite difficult times when people are living together in obviously in very, very close quarters, and a lot of issues come. Having that independence there to guide people through meetings and to provide a lot of expert and experience, I guess, during those meetings is invaluable.
Yeah, it would be. So if we were looking to appoint a strata manager, what are some of the things that we'd want to consider doing that?
Well, Belle, without making, I guess, an exhaustive list of the things, but say an understanding of the law, as we said earlier, it's a very, very complex area. So being satisfied that your strata manager actually understands the law is probably a good starting point.
That is a good starting point.
Access to contractors and tradesmen, so people who are actually able to come into the property and be able to service the property.
Help
and
to do those repairs and
exactly
things.
Right, yeah. And being confident that the strata manager has selected the right people to come and do that. Obviously, because when you do have issues, and we always will, then they need to be able to come in and sort those sort of problems out.
Okay.
Obviously, their management fees, we want to know how much we're paying them. And importantly, I think if they've actually got professional indemnity insurance,
that
just in
is
case,
a key point,
exactly
isn't
right.
it?
If things go wrong, we want to be able to know that we've got some sort of redress back to the professional indemnity insurer, just so that we can, if anything does go wrong, we've got an access there.
Okay.
After hours contacts, how that if on weekends and these sorts of things there are problems, people that we can contact, and payment facility for levies. Then we want to make sure we're using the latest technology so that we can actually pay our things online or these sorts of things. They've got online facilities, and trust account arrangements is a common one as well. So as I said, without sort of an exhaustive list, but that'd be some of the key things I'd be asking. So
they're the key things that we need to ask when we're looking to appoint a strata manager.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Tim, this sounds like a huge job. What kind of qualifications do they need? Do they have to have qualifications for this?
Short answer is yes. They do need to have a qualification. They need to be licensed, and you're 100% right. It is a huge job.
Yeah, okay. And how do we find a good strata manager then?
I guess a couple of things. You can speak to your friends who are in strata as part of your due diligence, having a look to see if they're happy with their strata managers.
And if they're not, can we find someone that...
Certainly the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales find an agent. We list the agents there, and certainly members of the Institute who are bound by our code of conduct to be a good starting point in your selection process of find the right agent.
Whether or not to engage a strata manager is a decision that each individual owners corporation will make depending on their individual circumstances. And while no two strata schemes are the same, there will be different things that will impact that decision. However, there are a whole range of things that strata schemes should consider when engaging a strata manager. These include things like: do they have a good working knowledge and understanding of the law? Do they have access to reliable and competitive contractors and tradespeople? Do they have professional indemnity insurance? What is the schedule of agreed services falling within the management fee? What additional services are offered and what fees? Is there any after-hours contact? Do they have electronic payment facilities for levies? And what are their trust account arrangements? Remember, the laws governing strata schemes can be very confusing and difficult to interpret. A strata manager is well trained and well versed in how to interpret the law and is able to guide owners to act within the parameters of the law and can provide impartial facts and advice. So it's important to view the cost of a strata manager as enhancing the value of your property over the long term. To find a strata manager that is a member of the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales, go to reinsw.com.au and select Find a Member Agent in the Public Information menu. For more information about strata schemes, you can visit the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales at reinsw.com.au or New South Wales Fair Trading at fairtrading.nsw.gov.au.